Hello everyone, this is Lights126 Reloaded. Happy 40 years of Transformers media. 17 years ago we got our first live-action Transformers movie, and from that 6 more live-action movies have been released. Many people don't like the live-action Transformers movies. Bumblebee is the exception. A lot of people tolerate Rise of the Beast, but for Michael Bay's movies, well, it depends on who you are. But for me, the Bayformers movies mostly has been entertaining. The Last Night is frustrating because I was a fan since the beginning of the live-action Transformers franchise. You don't like Transformers The Last Night because it was a bad movie. I don't like Transformers The Last Night because I was a Bayformers fan. We are not the same. Now, one major complaint that people have spoken about these live-action Transformers movies is that the humans take up so much of the screen time. There's not a lot of Transformers within the movie. Now, that complaint varies from movie to movie. Now, I can actually excuse that for the first movie. It was pretty much discovering the Transformers, and looking at it through the human's perspective is a neat touch that has been done in the cartoons a couple times before. I can even excuse the rediscovery in Age of Extinction when Kay Yeager found out he brought home Optimus Prime. Even in Bumblebee 2018, with Charlie discovering Bumblebee, was alright. But besides that, the humans take up a good amount of the screen time. In Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast, it is better. Now, one thing I can say about Bumblebee 2018 compared to the other Transformers movies is that Bumblebee as a character is somewhat a protagonist in comparison to the other protagonists in the other movies. And how the protagonist is that you follow behind that character. You go to their perspective. You're following their steps, their footsteps. And the evidence to that is in the beginning scenes of the movie, especially after Bumblebee comes to Earth. Bumblebee already has the best opening of any Transformers movie, and then right after the War for Cybertron, Bumblebee goes to Earth and encounters human soldiers. So the audience is tracking him. But in the other movies, the audience follows behind the humans, Sam and Kate Yeager. The Transformers are in the background, and they are escorting the protagonist, the main protagonist, Sam Witwicky or Kate Yeager. Charlie had her amount of screen time, and I can say with Noah and Rise of the Beast, he still had a major role, especially in the final battle. It's better, but it just couldn't only be Transformers. And in saying all this, the humans are the filler. They are the filler between the Transformers scenes. You see, the thing is, humans are not the problem in Transformers scenes. It's the direction that the movie take these humans. And the problem is with how these movies are long, the time when people spend with the human characters make it worse. With Age of Extinction being 15 minutes short from 3 hours, you could cut that time by not having so much human interaction. It's okay when humans interact with Transformers, but when you have humans interacting with humans, nobody wants that. And that's an issue. They use the humans to explain certain things to the audience of what is going on in the story. The Last Night is just egregious with that, with Sir Patrick Bertman telling the audience about the history of the Transformers instead of a Transformers character, him or herself explaining. That's just empty exposition. That's just cheap, pathetic storytelling. Jetfire explained the history of the Primes, the Fallen, was 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times better than whatever Sir Patrick Bertman was doing in The Last Night. It's night and day. Why that is, budget. Look at the Transformers. See how awesome they look on screen. That's a lot of time and effort. You really think that is done in a skip and a hop? No, that took time. To get all those moving parts going, it took a lot of time to render that. In rendering Devastator and Revenge of the Fallen, it wound up causing a computer to catch on fire. That goes to show how much it takes for these characters to be realistic for audience to enjoy. People take ILM, Industrial Light and Magic's work, for granted. The appreciation for live-action Transformers is massive. It actually works so well. That's why they're still making movies. And in that appreciation, people want to see the best of these characters. I want to see the best of these characters. But how can you do that? How can the studios do that if these characters cost so much to animate? You need a better variety of characters. At least that's one plus in Rise of the Beast when you had somebody like Mirage. It was something entirely different because Bumblebee as a character is flat at this point. thing. He actually gotten flat by the time Age of Extinction came around. Actually, Bumblebee in his own movie became flat after he lost his voice. When you have to have a surrogate voice for audience to connect with the character, that goes to show your character has been stunted. So Bumblebee isn't really autonomous. He needs other characters to work off of. He's not like Optimus Prime that has a fully independent character that can operate without other characters. But Hasbro insists of keeping Bumblebee as a main character. Shoot, he turned the tide and Rise of the Beast. Get out of here. But budget is the main reason why we haven't gotten a fully fledged photorealistic Transformers movie. That is why Transformers 1 is not photorealistic. It just takes so much time and so much money to render Transformers. And after Transformers 1, we're going back with the Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie. So what is the solution to this? I suggest the Bumblebee 2018 treatment. No, don't do another Bumblebee movie. That character has run his course. Please.